And welcome, everybody. It's All to Playground. Vox Populi review. That's right. The voice of the people. Russian music. Just imagine communist Russia music playing in the background. Always. And I am, of course, Christian Faults. Today joined for the first time and the last time. Jacob Brown.
I'm much too busy to do this full time.
Yeah.
I live a rich, full life.
Don't we all, though? No, we don't. And we, voted by you, the listeners, watched Aladdin King of Thieves. You know, reuniting all your favorite characters from Aladdin, including the genie, brought to life again by the one and only Robin Williams.
I'm going to assume we like this movie a lot more than critics, because this movie's sitting at a solid 27% rating.
Really?
On Rotten Tomatoes.
Why is it hated so much? Who are all these trash people with trash opinions?
I don't know.
They're trash people. Because this movie is decent. I wouldn't say it's amazing, but it's pretty good.
It's better than 27?
Better than 27, yeah. Way better than Return to Jafar, but I honestly, I still, this movie, like the song bits aren't that great, but there's some good comedic moments, but I'm pretty sure it's just because of Robin Williams.
The audience score is 50%.
Who'd you get a text from, buddy?
That's not important.
Is it your mom?
It was. She's making sure I didn't forget something. I had not forgotten it.
So,
Aladdin King of Thieves.
You ready?
Directed by Tad Stones. Produced by Janine Rossio. Tad Stones. Written by Mark McCorkle. Robert Shuley. Names I feel like we've seen before. Starring Scott Weinger. Robin Williams. Jonathan Rye Davies. Gilbert Gottfried. Linda Larkin. Jerry Orbach. And Frank Welker.
Did you miss somebody?
No. Who do you think I missed?
He was second. Okay. I thought I didn't hear Robin Williams.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
You don't listen.
No, I don't. Whenever you start talking, my eyes glaze over. I start hearing, the ocean lapping up against the beach.
And of course, there was Jim Cummings in his. As who we found out yesterday, appears to be in almost everything nowadays.
Who's Jim Cummings?
He was Razul, Pete. You remember that? We had that whole discussion. That was yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
It has not even been 24 hours.
I've slept since then. When I sleep, my brain just erases everything from the previous day.
Just dumps everything.
Yeah, it's like, this is all trash. It needs to keep the space for other things that might be important one day.
It could be more important than Jim Cummings.
All the various rules of different RPG systems.
You don't need to remember those. You've got all these books.
Yeah, but you still have to. But if you remember them off the top of your head, it makes game mastering a lot easier.
If
you wouldn't know.
I would not know. Do not have the creativity to even play an RPG.
That's because you're a trash person for trash people.
I think it's because my lack of empathy is so deep I can't even put myself into the feelings of a fictional character.
But empathy is the easiest of all things to do. Sympathy, sorry. I can empathize with someone. I very rarely sympathize with somebody.
I understand. Are you going to help me out? No.
Absolutely not.
You're a trash person with trash problems.
But anyway, Aladdin King of Thieves. How does this movie start out?
With a song.
We're finally getting married and it's gonna be the wedding of the century. We're gonna get married and it's gonna...
Yeah, we see the wide procession of people going to the palace, and then we find out Aladdin's missing.
Oh, it's Jafar and Allah's mouse. What could possibly go wrong?
He's hanging out in his old hovel, which I'm surprised somebody hasn't shacked up in. Unless he's still living there.
I think he's still living there. He hasn't married Jasmine. He doesn't get to live in the palace yet.
You don't think
he's not entered that.
He can't be like just an indefinite guest. That palace is huge. There's got to be at least one guest room.
No, there is, but not for him. He's a street rat. Once he's married Jasmine and entered her, then he can be.
There's
in the palace.
Each guest room, of course, holds one of the Sultan's animal figurines because they're his guests.
He does have a lot of those things.
I'm surprised Agrabah isn't in some sort of crisis being led by the Sultan.
They have a genie.
That's fair.
Agrabah gets to win everything all the time because it has genie.
Yeah, you're right. The minute they lost their competent advisor, they replaced him with a magical genie with no limits on his power. That's fair. I accept that answer.
It makes everything a lot easier.
I like one scene where there's all these other people who surround Agrabah going, so when are we going to war? Never.
Absolutely not.
We're never going.
They have a genie, but what about the wishes? No, he's their friend. And he is unleashed.
Eventually, the areas surrounding Agrabah have risen to the modern age, and Agrabah hasn't, because with the genie, they don't have to. They can just keep living that same lifestyle.
Genie built a robot. A robot with lasers to vaporize people that were going to interrupt that wedding. And of course, we get to see Genie. Genie can make more of himself.
Yeah, there's his ability to turn into a fucking army.
He's not it's Genie. That's why I think his summon in Kingdom Hearts should just be an I win button. But I'm not the one that designs Kingdom Hearts.
Send your hate mail. I can't remember. Tetsuya? I can't remember the first line of Kingdom Hearts.
When you walk away, you don't hear me say Genie. Don't go.
I finally broke down and I bought the remix of that song from the Fragmentary Passage. It's 5 minutes long.
It's a long ass song. It is. The only Kingdom Hearts song that I've bought was the menu. Do.
Dearly Beloved?
Yeah. It's Phil's ringtone.
Which version, though? Every game has like a slightly different version.
One. So, that's what I'm... So anyway, King of Thieves.
You think King of Thieves is going to be the plot in Kingdom Hearts 3 for Agrabah?
Well, yeah, we've gone through Return to Jafar.
But does that mean we'll never... Does that mean we'll never...
That was Ra. He just visited us.
Does that mean we'll never have another Agrabah world, or will they start pulling shit from the show?
Hopefully not. The show's trash.
I do not remember any of the show.
It's trash.
I wonder if they have that on Amazon Prime.
And who are you? I'm Thor. You're Thor. Well, it hurts. It's such an easy joke to make.
I like how there's jokes like that, and then there's jokes that we were pretty sure that the parents of children were doing. The Bing Crosby Bob Hope.
Yeah, Bing Crosby Bob Hope.
Seymour Nelson, where we found out that show's fucking ancient.
Yeah. It's the dreaded Ozzie Nelson. Kids. What is that? Oh, yeah, that show was so old. It was started on radio, went to black and white television, and then went to color.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the only TV show that's ever been. It's ever done that.
I think soap opera. There might be a couple of soap operas.
Those don't count.
I know. That's what I was saying. but of actual TV shows, I don't know how to phrase that, but you're probably right.
Real TV shows.
Real TV shows? Let me see if I can find out shows.
But yeah, man. Yeah. Jokes like the dreaded Ozzie Nelson, I was like, Jacob, I still don't get that joke to this day. Can you look that up? Listen to Genie, dear Genie knows. Of course, there was a Mrs. Doubtfire reference. Brought to you by Sand. It's everywhere. Get used to it.
Alright, I'm trying to pull up a list of shows that jumped from radio.
Anyway.
Kind of out of nowhere, really. We get Aladdin. Well, he's got the dagger, and he brings up his dad, and goes, man, I think I'm going to be a shit parent, because I had no parents. And the genie doesn't say, look, Aladdin, I'm your father figure. Grow up.
He's just like, oh, that's great. Let me finish my musical number out. Finally getting married at the party at Agrabah. Party at Agrabah. Look, it's It's Mark Antony and Cleopatra, and they're bringing a salad. Robin Williams' Genie has made 2 Caesar references. He makes one in specifically Caesar salad references. Because he does one in the first movie. He looks at the recipes and he goes chicken a la king, and he pulls a chicken out that has a crown on. He goes Caesar salad, and then the arm pops up with the dagger. Goes a tout brute.
Eventually, the genie does manage to coax Aladdin to get fucking married, get out of his gutter life, and become. We're actually unsure of the proper time.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing because Middle Eastern titles and succession law is different. I could be wrong, but I don't believe that they had agnatic cognatic succession law. I believe it was absolute agnatic, which means only the men can ever inherit a title. So a sultan, so normally when someone marries royalty, they don't inherit an act. They have a title, but it's not like a ruling title. It's easiest one is Philip. For Elizabeth II.
He's a prince consort.
Yeah, it's his prince consort as to the, or something like that, to the queen who is actually ruling. But since, like I said, there's not I'm pretty sure there's absolute agnatic succession law. I don't think Jasmine actually would become the sultan, especially in a since it's Islamic culture, which women have like no rights at all. So
I have found that there were a couple of sultanas.
Okay, so I could be wrong,
but I don't have what the title of their husbands were. There were not Middle Eastern sultanas, by the way. There are a couple of Southeast Asia and a North African sultana.
So anyway, yeah, I pondered deeply about succession law for a little bit while watching this movie. Anyway, so the wedding happens, and that's when the Port of Thieves starts sneaking in.
For one of the sultanas, her husband was just sultan.
Fair enough.
It appears to be something that didn't often come up.
I don't think it would. I mean, because again, it's Islam, so you can have multiple wives. So if you have multiple wives, it's very unlikely you're not going to have a male heir. And if you don't, then you have problems of decadence, which means it's likely to be a revolt. I know these things, Jacob. I have nothing to not a student of history.
Anyway, we find out that the 40 thieves have infiltrated the wedding because they want to do some thieving. They're also dicks. It's the wedding of the century. They're going to crash it.
Yeah. That's the Wedding Crasher sequel right there.
He goes back in time?
Yeah.
I thought the sequel was going to be Funeral Crashing. Because at the end, it turns out he's enough of a scumbag to crash funerals.
Well, they actually are making a sequel to Wedding Crashers, and
that movie came out like a decade ago. Well, let's actually find out.
Yeah, we figured out that
we're trash at this.
Yeah. Assault to Playground, a trash podcast by trash people.
It's the same problem that I had when me and Chase played a game where we tried to guess over/under on when insurance companies started up. We were horrible. 2005.
12 years.
Yep.
Yeah, they're making, which is weird because like that movie ended with the two main characters in loving, stable relationships.
Yeah, they moved on. They didn't have to crash things anymore.
I think Rachel McAdams was one of the women in that. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, the King of Thieves. So Saruk,
I don't know.
hits on the stabs on the elephants to start a stampede of the wedding,
Saruk.
And then we get some cool thieving montages. And then Genie tries to hold the roof, and then when he gets tired of that, he starts genieing around.
He doesn't try. He succeeds in holding up the part of the roof he's protecting. Because even when the rest of the roof has collapsed, his part is still floating there.
This is Genie. And then he genies around, and then of course, the 40 Thieves get scared out of their minds. Because, fucking Genie.
That was not part of the planning process. An unbound Genie.
I don't even think they know he's unbound.
They don't.
I don't know, why does Genie wear his manacles? Are those just like fashion accessories now?
Yeah, I mean, they do come off at the end of the first one.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Might have something to do with reusing animation assets. I have no idea.
I don't think it'd be too much just to
blue that in?
Blew it in, erase the pencil marks, whatever.
While he was on his vacation, he found out he was really into BDSM.
I do not want to watch that.
I imagine it would be mind-blowing. I could only imagine the things a Genie could do in a bedroom.
With himself, though.
He could do it with himself. He could manifest some sort of weird mistress version of himself. That's how he gets his kicks.
That'd be weird. I'm really not pondering the sexual wants of a Genie.
Gets awful lonely there in that lamp.
I mean, a Jinn is a demon, basically, so...
Smokeless fire?
Yeah. I believe the devil is the king of all Jinn. Shaitan.
He's made differently. I can't remember how. I'm pretty sure Jinn are smokeless fire.
I don't know. I don't know the Code of Solomon.
Yeah, Jinn are fire spirits.
How's it not different? How's that not a demon?
It's probably just a meaning of etymology.
You're an etymology. But continue.
I mean, they're not animus. They're not like nature spirits. They're created fire spirits.
Like, Ragnarok? Or Ragnarok? What was that fire spirit that was evil? Following the old gods?
It was Ragnaros.
Ragnaros. Thanks.
He was, of course, killed in his home plane. And I believe in Legion, the Shaman quest line has to do with finding a replacement. Let me see here. Anyway, King of Thieves.
Yeah, King of Thieves.
There's Aladdin scuffles with the King of Thieves for a scepter. And eventually, they come to a draw. Nobody gets what they want. And then they manage to...
You can't always get what you want.
Sometimes you can get what you need. What they needed in this case to figure out what the hell was going on, I believe they accidentally activate the Oracle staff. Iago finds out he blows his question by asking, "What is it? What are you?" when he gets his answer, "I'm the Oracle." Then
he asks, "What would the King of Thieves want with this piece of garbage?"
Oh, yeah. Then does it activate?
Yep.
Yeah, turns out. He blew his question. And then the Oracle is much nicer to Aladdin because
because Aladdin's a nice person.
Yeah, he's
Iago is trash.
And the Oracle, of course, knows this.
She's seen all that is and all that will be.
Aladdin dithers, saying he's got like 1 million questions, the Oracle says, but 1 million questions could be answered by one. Who's your daddy? Then she shows a picture of some guy. Which, I don't know, I'm pretty sure even the children in the audience should be able to connect those two together, because he's still wearing the same outfit.
And there's a badge and everything.
Yeah.
Aladdin, though, is not smart.
Yeah, I don't know. Aladdin's street rat education, horribly lacking, apparently. And so I think he goes back to his hovel, and he dithers around again. Eventually he does decide to ask the Oracle, where is his father? Then the Oracle says, he's with the King of Thieves. He's like, oh my god, he's been taken prisoner. I forget how she words it.
Yeah, it's like trapped by the 40 Thieves.
Yeah.
No, your father is trapped within the world.
Something like that, yeah. It's deceptively worded. I don't know why. I don't know what the Oracle... I don't...
Kicks?
Yeah, I don't know if she's got some sort of weird, overarching plan that she's trying to accomplish by answering these questions. But yeah, it's as deceptively worded as it could possibly be while still passing along the information.
She had... That's the next movie. Aladdin and the Oracle.
I mean, that's the answer is Obi-Wan tier from a certain point of view. You said my father was trapped, and he is. From a certain point of view.
He is trapped by his own greed, you see. I hate your metaphors.
I just need information. You make this much harder than it has to be. But then he has a heart-to-heart with Jasmine and says, I gotta go take care of this. He jumps on Carpet, who's a lot faster than we thought, because he overtakes the thieves who had left when the sun was still up, and it's nighttime.
Yeah, almost a day ago, it feels like.
Yeah.
It feels like a day passed.
Yeah, you feel like that? Yeah, I feel like the wedding probably started mid-morning, and it's nighttime now. Although he left at nighttime, yeah. And so he caught up with very quickly.
Because Carpet goes like fucking Mach 2, apparently.
Yeah!
Well, to be fair, in the first Aladdin, they did go from Agrabah to Egypt to China, and then back to Agrabah all in one night.
That's fair. Yeah, you're right.
So, I don't know. Carpet must have like some sort of field to not have like the wind just rip your face right off.
The G's. Because you're holding on. Humans in Aladdin are much better adapted to
carpet riding.
To wind shear and G-forces. Mm. They get it from their gods. Because we do find out that Aladdin did cross over with Hercules.
Yeah, but they praise Allah. So it would be God.
So God made them resistant to wind shear. So they can enjoy the magic.
Allahu Akbar. God is merciful. Or God is great. That was great. I don't remember.
So they find out the thieves...
And that's why the FBI is going to investigate me for terrorism. What I just said.
We find out the thieves live in a mountain that's protected by a password. Password, of course, being Open Sesame.
Open Sesame?
Which causes a Moses-like effect to split the giant lake. And then there's lava, which you have to wait for it to cool, and then you cross it. And then you're in some sort of... You're in the thieves' den.
Well, you see, the science behind it is it boils the water right in front of the path, so fast that any water that tries to get there boils instantly into vapor. So water can't be there.
But how do you walk across it once that?
Because then that part resigns itself to the edges only, so you can walk right.
So yeah, Aladdin meets the King of Thieves. Saluk's about to beat the shit out of Cassim because they got nothing from this heist. And then Aladdin tackles Saluk, starts yelling at Kasim to run away. I'm your son. Get out of here. And then Kasim's pretty confused until he sees the dagger and he goes, oh, yep, nope, that's my son.
That's my boy.
Get off. So, this is the dagger I gave to my wife.
And then Luke's like, well, he's an intruder, so we have to kill him. And he's like, you're right, we have to kill him. Or, nah, never mind. What? Well, we could. Nah, that's a stupid idea. No, tell us. Well, he could take the challenge.
Yeah, we find out the challenge is the
death match.
Because the name 40 Thieves isn't a fun name just to add character.
No, there can only be 40.
That's a hard limit.
Yeah. There can only be 40 of us, son. No more, no less. Though Aladdin seems confused by all this because when he kills Saluk, quote unquote, he's like, I didn't mean to kill him. They maybe should have explained the rules to him.
Yeah. They just say this is the challenge, and then all of a sudden he's fighting.
Yep. With a lightning wielding Zaruk.
Yeah. And then dear old dad.
Aladdin's arms gets better from being lightning.
Yeah. Allah makes him tough and
everybody.
And then we find out Aladdin finally asks, where the hell have you
Allahu
been?
Salam is God is mercy.
Yeah, Aladdin finally asked dear old dad, so where the hell have you been? Because I'm like 20 and I haven't seen you.
He was like, so I left you when your mom was still pregnant. He was like, yeah, I know that, but don't worry about it. So I went to go get some money. And when I came back, like 10 years later, she was dead. So I was like, she must have died too. And then never came back.
It's like, well, why were you going? Well, I was trying to provide for my family by ditching them.
I was like, you know what? I don't want to raise a baby. Children, love them. Babies are trash.
A baby could never pass the challenge. I can't take him here. They'll kill him.
Exactly. But it's all for the greater good, Aladdin, because I'm about to find the Hand of Midas. What's that? This thing that anything it touches turns to gold. That sounds problematic.
Yep. Everything it touches, except for its handle.
Because it's magic. Magic handle.
But,
specifically made to deal with the cut-off Hand of Midas.
Kasim says that
they must not know the story of King Midas, because they would not be after that hand if they knew the story.
Nope. But Kasim's a little bit dejected because he thought that the Oracle would be able to tell him where the hand is because it's invisible? They claim it's invisible?
It's a vanishing isle.
Yeah,
it's never in the same place twice.
Yeah, vanishing island.
Because it was built by fucking magic people.
Yep. He says he was going to use the Oracle to find the location, but the Oracle's a bust. And then he goes like, nope, no, it's not. That's how I found you.
That's how I found you.
And Kasim's like, really? And then Aladdin says, but forget all that nonsense. Just come and be my dad.
Yeah.
Come to my wedding.
And then Iago talks him into things.
Yep.
Because Iago's a trash bird for trash people.
He was with Jafar at first.
Yeah. But that was more of an abusive relationship.
It was abusive. Do you think Jafar taught him how to talk or cast spells on him? Or did he find a talking parrot and said, yeah, no, you're coming with me. I need someone to bounce ideas off.
Well, in the play Twisted, the story of a royal vizier, Iago was a gift from his wife, who was the mother of Jasmine.
Where did his wife find a talking parrot?
In the bazaar.
The bazaar?
The bazaar. Anyway, now that we're done with that, what are you doing?
Pulling up. I forgot the page for Jean. I'm going back to 40 Thieves.
Finally get mad, it's gonna be. And then they get back to Kasim does not like flying carpets. He'll have none of that nonsense.
Kasim's like, and where are the safety mechanisms on this?
Like all the safety mechanisms that are on this horse.
On a horse, you have reins.
What do you have on this carpet? You just hold on to the carpet. I don't like that.
Anyway, so they go back to the palace.
And Genie tells them this place is secure. No 40 thieves are going to get here. If any 40 thieves even steps close, they're going to be dead because they're going to be vaporized by this robot thing over there. It's going to be great. The wedding's going to be secure. No 40 thieves whatsoever. We're good. And then Aladdin's like, hey, buddy, it's my dad. He's the King of Thieves.
And then we go through a good 3-4 minute sequence.
Code red, code red, code red, code red, code red, code red.
But it is worth it for the scene of just Aladdin like, oh shit. I shouldn't have said something.
Yeah, like the whole time Aladdin is just like, is just put hand on his face, going, "Oh God."
While the
Genie in his madness.
Yeah. While the spectacle is going on.
Do not move, or we will shoot ourselves.
And then Aladdin says, "Yeah, no, it's okay. He's my dad." Like, oh, all right then. Chicken or sea bass?
No, it's if you are the King of Thieves and Aladdin's father, then I just have one question. Will you be having the chicken or the sea bass?
So, call back to earlier in the film where Aladdin first mentions he has a dad.
He's like, oh, I didn't get his order. Will you have the chicken or the sea bass?
Yeah. And then,
those are trash menu options. If you're having a wedding, only filet mignon for every guest. And if they go, I don't like steak, then don't invite them to your wedding. Kick them out. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life.
Not at your wedding. It's your special day.
No, in your life. If you have any friends
in your life.
If you have any friends that are like, steak is trash, just no. It's a bad time. You like steak, right?
I can eat steak.
See? Jacob, picky eater, but he knows the deliciousness of steak. Every person I've met that doesn't like steak, they're trash. So.
Want to name some names?
No.
No, because you don't know anybody who doesn't like steak, or to protect their identities?
Protect their identities. Because I know the steak mobs would be after them. There would be a lynching. And even though they're trash people, I don't think they deserve a lynching. Oh, we didn't miss the part where Genie and Jasmine talking. That's when he does the Bob Hope.
Big comedy. This whole place is a sand trap.
And we meet without my wedge.
Yep.
And he also dresses up Jasmine as Snow White,
Cinderella, and then he goes through a bunch of other ones with just little cardboard cutouts.
Yeah. He's like, but it's synergy. The ad department is really liking this.
I'm not gonna lie, the Cinderella look didn't really work with the blonde hair, but she pulled off Snow White.
Yeah, just pull off a lot of things.
Anyway,
no,
we find out Salou did not actually fall to his death.
No, he kills 2 sharks.
Yeah, this lake.
He punches a shark onto land.
Yeah, then he makes his way to Agrabah, where he runs into Razul.
And he's like, "Hey, I got a deal for you. I can get you the King of Thieves. 2 magic words, bro. 2 magic words."
And then he sells out the 40 Thieves.
Yeah, so he can become in charge of the 40 Thieves.
After he recruits 39 more, because the rest have been executed. Because we found out Agrabah has a quick, expedient process, because he says they're going to be dead by the next day.
But only the Sultan sees them.
Yeah, the Sultan has to go. Okay, yeah.
And the Sultan's too busy to see his prisoners.
Yeah, once the Razul.
Of course, it's a quick, expedient process. It's Hammurabi Code, bitch. No trial, no jury, except for when the genie's involved.
She's off with their heads.
Except for when genie's involved. Because he objects, Your Honor. I object to this tertiary character having any lines in my courtroom scene. He kicks out Razul.
Yeah, Salou finds out that Kasim wasn't there, but
he's very unhappy.
Kasim does himself in by stealing the staff.
Yep.
Gets thrown in jail.
Because his father is the King of Thieves.
Yep. Then Aladdin, making poor life choices, dresses up as the King of Thieves, breaks out his father.
Gets caught.
And his face is seen. Kasim, father of year, of course, like, nah, man, your life over there is dead. Come with me.
It's dead. Leave your fiance. Just come with us.
Leave any possible hope of reconciling and, becoming Sultan. And come join me in my dirty cave. And Aladdin's like, I'm not about that life.
I'm about the fucking Jasmine life.
Yeah, man, did you see that chick? There's no ladies in that thieves' den. I'm not about that.
Yeah, no, I can only imagine what happens at night. Lots of rape.
Lots of violent, homosexual rape. And so Aladdin goes back. The Sultan dithers around, and eventually, because, divine right rules, he goes, no, you know what? No, you're fine. You did it for love.
You did it for love.
The Sultan, of course, didn't actually need any excuse.
You could just say, I'm the Sultan.
He's the goddamn Sultan.
Aladdin can get away with anything because he provides Agrabah with the defense of a genie.
Yeah. God forbid what happens to Agrabah if they execute him.
I would send you to death, but Genie over there, he's looking at me, giving me a look, so I don't think I can.
All of a sudden I remember the being of phenomenal cosmic power who calls you a friend, and I hesitate. We know Razul isn't thinking that far ahead because he's actually disappointed that he doesn't get to execute Aladdin. We do miss the scene where the Sultan pulls him to the side and go, "Are you out of your goddamn?"
There's a fucking genie involved.
I need you to settle right the hell down, or I'll have your head cut off.
I don't care what he does.
I will.
He can get away with anything as far as I'm concerned.
It'll be the work of a day to find a much more agreeable guard captain, if you understand my drift. This was rated PG-13. We would have gotten that scene.
If it was rated R, we'd get some good jazzing scenes.
We would.
We can dream though.
Animated porn gets you all.
Hentai doesn't get you all.
Not really.
Hentai's good stuff. Except for the tentacles. That's weird. I don't get that.
I know why. It's because back in the day.
I know why,
yeah.
but I don't get how that gets anyone off.
No, I think for the Japanese it might just be cultural inertia. Because back in the day before they did.
So tentacle porn is Japan's Superman.
Yes.
Bring it all back.
Yeah. Because they weren't allowed to draw penises, and they said, "Well, what if I just do tentacles?" Well, tentacles aren't penises. Go draw away.
And they didn't see the repercussions of that.
Nope. If you could show those people who made that law what happens today, it's like, so what do you know Japan for? Tentacle porn. It's like, nope. Just draw penises. Just draw penises.
As many penises as you want. This is terrifying.
I don't like this future.
This future is that's why Japan has a declined population, because they don't know what sex with a penis is.
The woman pulls down the man's pants and says, "That's not a tentacle," and she pulls them right back up. Is that what you're saying, Hank?
Yep.
I don't think their sex ed had to use tentacles.
Yep. Tentacles don't replace everything.
I can only imagine how confusing that would be for the young boys. Like, mine doesn't look like that. Oh, well, then you're a freak.
Cephalopods.
Cephalopods? Cephalopods are where it's at?
Cephalopods are where it's at. Just imagine all those things Davy Jones could do with his beard.
Oral sex would be very interesting.
That's why Calypso was so in love with him.
But he didn't look like that until he fucked her over.
Yeah, that was more of like you know her. She's a god. She's fickle. She cursed him like that so that she could enjoy that. She
cursed him because he decided to stop doing his job after 10 years.
Was it just 10 years?
Yeah, that's why for Will he can have one day on land for every 10 years.
Well, you can still be on land because we saw how Davy Jones got around.
Yeah,
there. He just got buckets of water.
You can fucking loophole that shit.
He could totally sit on land as long as his feet were literally in water. Yeah. I don't know how. Well, I know how because Calypso was bound by that point. So
yeah. And then they let her free because the pirates short-term views, not long-term.
He's supposed to be back in the new Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, he was in one of the ads for one of the movies we saw.
He's
the Dutchman emerging from the depths. It's not the theme of the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
I have that on my phone.
But Keira Knightley, I don't think's in it.
No, I think she's done.
Unfortunately, she's very attractive, like a British Natalie Portman.
Oh yeah, but King of Thieves.
Back to that. So yeah. So Kasim arrives back with his buddies and is like, "Hey guys," and they greet him unfriendly.
Yeah, it's a hostile reaction.
But they take him on a ship to find the Vanishing Isle. But Iago escapes to go talk to Aladdin and be like, "Hey, your father's in trouble." And Aladdin on carpet because carpet can fly. Break the fucking sound barrier.
First, Aladdin's like, why should I save my dad? I don't know that bastard anything. And then eventually they convince him you should probably go save your dad.
He risked his life to see right? No, he didn't. He risked his life to get the fucking oracle.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember what happened when we got here, Jasmine.
But then we cut back to the thieves where they're following the oracle. And then there's just a giant light spot. Where we find out that the hand of Mias resides in the back of a giant turtle.
Well, like the world does.
Yeah, It's turtles all the way down, Christian.
It is turtles. Turtles all the way down.
Yeah, this Greek temple? I don't even know how to describe it.
It's not Greek. This is before the Greeks. Before the Persians. Before.
Well, it's Midas. Was he Cretan or Minoan? I can't remember the specifics.
This is before those times. This is Atlantis.
Atlantis was bigger than that, and was also not on the back of a turtle.
No, its problem was that they did not know how to slow down before they approached their city. Their king made those weapons of war and did not go, okay, so you need to slow down for approaches. Don't come in at fucking light speed. Because that's how tidal waves are created. I don't know how those people didn't die doing that. Because like they come in like at fucking light speed and then come to a full stop. How did they not just get smashed?
They got good seatbelts.
That was unsatisfying. How do you have two kids? This is just Persona. We are the music makers. We are the dreamers of dreams. That is an unsatisfying answer.
How do you have time? You're married? 34 years. How do you have the time for this? When it's important.
You make time. If you don't know what that is, that's American Dad Roger.
That's people calling Roger out on his
on his insane. Roger just becomes fucking magic later seasons.
He's got to be his personas has got to make up at least 1% of the Earth's population by this point.
Like he went down from his attic into his wine cellar, and then when he couldn't find the wine, he went to his vast garage to get a car.
The garage, of course, just leads off a cliff face.
Yeah, I don't know where that garage is because that house is not near a cliff face.
Yeah, it's in the suburbs. It's a very long wine cellar.
Everything about Roger's confusing.
I like the thinking about the logistics.
He set up the dominoes in their house. Yeah. And first of all, they allowed it. Second, when he was doing it, he didn't actually just take the wine.
Yeah, the wine because the wine was on the table where he did the dominoes around.
Yeah.
I like thinking about the logistics of his bar that's in the attic. I mean, do people walk through their front door and up the stairs?
Well, we do, because remember from Mardi Gras, Bullock's just sitting there waiting for the bar to open.
He's waiting in line.
But Bullock, you didn't save my seat. I had time to think about it, and I remembered I don't like you.
Wait, before I go, you give me that. Oh my God, your breasts are full of spiders. Perfect. That's how I like them. How long was I gone? Like 3 seconds. Why? How long were you gone? I don't know. But where were you? I don't know. But wherever I was, I'm there.
King now.
Klaus.
And that other person, what's his name? My name is Klaus Heisler.
What was the one where it's Klaus's dream is to help somebody with a
slightly less specific dream than his?
To help somebody with a slightly more specific dream? Or when Klaus tricks them into getting that refund for Greg and Terry's credit card? Steve?
Yes, you got a refund for Greg and Terry's credit card. What? Why do we do this?
Are we stupid, Steve? No, seriously. Are we stupid? I have a degree in city planning from Harvard. If you want a city center, I can tell you where to put it. But I can't tell you when a fish is giving me the business.
I
love that scene.
That's good stuff.
Anyway, 40 Thieves.
So yeah, then there's some fighting on the turtle. And then the genie goes to punch the turtle in his face.
Yeah. He's given, I forget what his specific orders are, but he's got to somehow interfere with the turtle.
Yeah.
Probably to stop it from submerging and killing them all.
Another big blow to the head. Boom! Oh, he's got him in the half Nelson. Oh, he's got him in the full Nelson. It's the dreaded Ozzy Nelson.
Kasim, Aladdin tosses Kasim the hand of Midas, who then uses it on the ground he's standing.
To make the ocean gold.
But, I mean, he's already proved it works when he accidentally golded his cape.
Just like he wants to make it all gold, to make it sink faster.
Yeah, that's all it accomplishes.
It's to kill that turtle so he can never get back up for air. She's tired of that turtle.
But, the Salute shows up. Kasim tosses
the hand and he catches it in his hand, but the wrong way.
He catches it by the hand.
By the hand.
And then we get a great scene where Salute is facing the camera because he's talking at Kassim, but in the background,
you can see Aladdin just go.
You see Aladdin's horrified face.
He just, oh shit!
That's the perfect top-notch animation right there. And then Salou whirls around and goes, "What are you staring at?" And like,
looks at his own hand and goes, "Oh shit!
Yeah,
This is turning to gold."
Yeah.
Solid, unfeeling, unmoving gold.
Then Aladdin takes the hand back, wraps it up.
Yep.
Him and his father abscond.
And then when they get to the top of the tower, his father's like, "This almost cost me my treasure," and throws in the ocean.
He misses the ocean.
He hits a boat.
It's arguably a more impressive shot.
Yeah.
Then the boat starts turning to gold, and the remnants of the 40 thieves
They're
start celebrating.
You're not realizing that the gold makes the boat immediately heavier, so the buoyancy principle's gonna...
And then they all die.
Yeah. And then the hand goes into the ocean, turns the whole ocean solid gold, and that's why we have a huge drought problem right now. Because all the water on Earth turned to solid gold. That wasn't in natural occurring aquifers.
Then they all go back to Agrabah where we see the wedding. Kassim is watching from beyond the pillars. And he decides that his time has come. He takes Scumbag Iago and they go off to have...
more adventures.
Whatever the hell a parrot and an old man can do for adventures.
Steal money. And we get Robin Williams singing Arabian Night.
Yep.
To lead us out.
Yep.
It's good stuff.
The finale of the series.
That also ended the TV show too.
It did. That's why I say it's the finale of the entire series.
It's good stuff
of the franchise.
It was a good finale
until the Broadway play, and as I found out, a novel came out, Aladdin Twisted, where Jafar successfully got the lamp, and he's used 2 of his wishes, and he keeps Agrabah in fear, and Aladdin and Jasmine have to try and
sexual
start a
prisoners.
Revolution. Nope.
Oh.
Start a revolution.
I liked mine.
Well, it's almost what happens in the first one.
Yeah, Aladdin and Jasmine are trapped.
Jasmine was definitely a sexual prisoner. I don't know if we know what the plan was for Aladdin.
As well. You guys shipped to Norway, basically.
He did. And that's the movie.
Yeah, that's the movie. So, what's the score?
7? 7 out of 10?
I give it 7.5.
All right.
But I think mostly because of Robin Williams.
I mean, it's a Disney direct-to-video sequel, so if you're expecting gold, you're looking at the wrong place. There's a reason they don't make those anymore.
Because they don't have the money.
Because they don't make movies anymore.
They don't. Disney doesn't make... Because they don't make 2D animation anymore. God forbid, right? But yeah, so that's it. It's
you. I picked direct-to-video sequels because I wanted to ruin Lion King 1.5 for you.
But you didn't get to.
I didn't. The people were against me. They decided to spare your feelings. They're good people.
I'll choose 80s movies about high school.
Alright, what's your movie?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Give me 1 second here.
You can't name a high school movie about in the 80s?
No.
Really?
I can check the date on
Fast Times at Ridgemont High? Dazed and Confused?
Give me 1.
Breakfast Club, which is trash?
That's why I'm choosing it. Breakfast Club.
God damn you.
A movie I have never seen.
It's trash.
I got shit at work about that.
It's god-awful. Everyone that likes Breakfast Club is wrong in their liking that Breakfast Club. Anyway, so that's what's happening next week. As always, you can email us at saltyplayground@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter at saltyplaypod. Follow me on Twitter, cold_Christmas. Follow Jacob on Twitter, brain_amoeba. And that's it. See you next week.